Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I am coming at you today with a VeVe OMI Definity Devi DACAT update video, guys. I fucked up a little bit. First, everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. I was gonna try to do an hour here. I unfortunately just spoke for 45 minutes prior to this, and that was not the smartest thing to do, but sometimes that's what you got to do. I don't know how I probably shouldn't even be doing this, but you know, YOLO. It's been a while. I've been sick with the flu. I actually had to. Again, I don't want to waste my voice and go over the story, but it's been not a fun few days. But it's, but we have a bunch of news to go over. We missed a lot of, we missed a lot of stuff. I don't know when the last time that I streamed was. I think it was maybe Sunday because I had that interview with Rising Star Larry, which I shouldn't have even done. So I know I have Saturday stuff to go over. I know we have a bunch of crypto stuff to go over. Let's get to it, shall we? OMI taking a hit, down about 10% on the day. 9%. At 00020, I have a couple of things that I have. Oh, okay. I have a couple of things up for sale because I took way too much NyQuil and went crazy. And I bought a third partner statue because what's how the best metaphor to describe this? I was looking to sell a partner statue because I wanted to get more OMI on the DACAT balance sheet because DACAT, it has like 4.7 million OMI. We have, so that's like, okay, that's good. And be advised, there are two DACAT wallets. One is the DACAT marketing wallet, has about 3 trillion DACAT on it. It's got some ETH. That's like a community wallet that we all kind of vote and we all kind of decide, okay, where's the best allocation of funds? And they had a hack and audit. They do a lot of mainstream Web3 stuff from that wallet that's done with. And that's not necessarily my specialty. My specialty is running like a business, and for Web3, it's like, okay, you want to have this done, you want to have that done, and again, that's not my wallet. I have really no control over that. I have like a little bit of a vote where I kind of hear all sides of the team's arguments, like, hey, here's what we should do, here's what we should do, and I kind of decide like, okay, if we're going to do this, spend this amount of money, allocate those resources here, and I'll just get a small vote. But for the DACAT Chronicles wallet, most of the funds that are in that are mine. The trillion DACAT's been donated there. I don't know where the ETH came from. I think that was just one of the teams. But the OMI that's there was mine, was donated by me. The Devi that was there was donated by me. The Definity that will be there is donated by me. The $7,500 worth of another company that you can't see on the wallet because, again, it shares in a company, was donated by me. So we have a so that one, even though it's a multi-sig wallet, so it's not just mine. It requires there's 4 people that are on it. It requires 2 signatures to do whatever with. So even though it has been donated by me, and I do have a lot of say and a lot of influence, like we have a partner statue on the balance sheet, and I was looking to sell one of the it's a 3-digit partner statue. It's actually still up there. It's actually up on the heck is it? Let me go to Stacker here and do the partner statue. So I was on there and I was listing it for OMI. And again, it's the cheapest 3-digit on there right now. It's there for 8 million OMI, or about $1,600. Oh yeah, OMI went way down. So again, it's really, really low. $1,600 for a 3-digit, where the floor is 6.8 million OMI. So it's only an extra 1.2 million OMI to get a 3-digit. But who's on the floor? It's me, Randy Chavez. Chavez, I thought you only had 2 3-digit ones. I do, but while I was here the other day, while I was listing the DACAT partner statue, I saw somebody sell their they listed the partner statue for like 5.4 million OMI, and I was like, buy, because that was like super cheap. It was like $1,000 bucks. I was like, I gotta get it. And the next cheapest one was like 1,400. Yeah. So I was like, fucking score. So I bought it, and I was like, you know what? Oh god, damn. I am still not good here. So I bought it, and I was like, okay, let's just do a quick flip, see if I can just get some more OMI. If I can, great. If not, no big deal. I don't think anyone would blame me for getting a third partner statue and just be like, yeah. And then while I was there, I was like, let's see, people are crazy. Let's see in the top 10, stuff that's on Stacker, between Todd, partner statue, VeVe logo, etc. Let's see who else is selling stuff for cheap. And I get down to Eddie Riso, and I was like, all right, let's just see. And I go in, and like, the floor is like $1,000 bucks. Now it's 915. So the floor's okay. But then I scroll down, and there was 2 sub 100s that like so again, there's only 1,750 of Eddie Risos in general, so there's not a lot. So the 3 digits are not really that special because most of them are 3 digits. Because there's like 899 of the 3 digits. There's only 750 of the 4 digits, but obviously there's only, what do we start at, 15? There's like 84 2 digits. So I took a look, and okay, number 76 was there for, it's $2,200. So you're getting a sub 100 for about 2x the floor, which it probably should be like 4x the floor for 2 digit. But again, people are crazy. And then there was another one, number 69. It was there for like 12 million OMI, and I was like, oh, it was like $2,400, and I was just like, listen, I knew the guy that had it, and I gave him a message, and I was like, hey, you up? And eventually this happened like 11 hours, like 4 in the morning, my time, and he's just like, I have a very weird sleeping schedule now because I'll have what do I have? I'll have like NyQuil. I'll have my body's so messed up. So I'm up at 4 in the morning, and oh, god damn, this is not gonna be a long stream. I'm up at 4 in the morning, and this guy, he messages me back, and I was like, and I threw a number out there. I was like, hey, would you do the number 69? Nice. For 9 million OMI. And he's like, yeah, sure. Look. But then, I had to spend another 9 million OMI. He's like, so I got the number 69, Eddie Riso for 9 million OMI. That one I'm going to keep for a bit. I want to have that for a little while, and because again, have the number 69. God damn, this is. I should not be back, but mama ain't raised no bitch. Okay. It reminds me of this one kid in what was it? It's like middle school, where I need a drink. In middle school we have like yo mama jokes, and anyone remember the game like quarters or knuckles, where you those are bloody knuckles. You put your fist against the table, somebody takes a quarter with their thumb, they and whoever's like the knuckles bleeds first loses. So we're doing this. We're going back and forth, and this kid Chris and this kid Chris and this other kid, we'll call his name V-Man. V-Man takes his quarter, chucks it, misses his hand completely, gets him in the throat, and then he's just like, tell V-Man I said your mom. Or like, tell V-Man I said something about his mom being a bitch. I don't know, it was funny. I don't know why I thought of that. Oh god, I should have taken more meds. Okay, anyway, Siba says, hi Randy, still nothing from Debbie. Said, I had a bunch of friends rebalance I want to say I've had a bunch of friends over the last couple of days buy a bunch of that. I'm actually at I bought a little more DEVVE as well. I'm up to like 108,000 tokens. And I will continue to get a little bit more DEVVE each. Now I have a couple $100 here, and I okay, we're back. So OMI went down to 1.8 before. It was like 0.000. Shit. It was 0.000 like 1.82. And if I was present, I wasn't. I was just busy doing stuff. I would have bought there. I would have got more OMI. But now it's up to 2.0 again. It's like, I mean, it's still down 9% on the day, but again, I would have liked to have bought there. And then it was 1.9. I was like, should I buy? But going to DEVVE here. DEVVE's at it's 3.3 now. It was like 3. It was 3.2 before DEVVE, and then so I've had a lot of people buy because I had this one friend that had like a 30x long on Ethereum, right? And he goes and he's just like, Randy, I know I watch your videos. I know you've been talking about this announcement, and it's just like, when are they going to announce it? And it's like, dude, I don't know. Even if I did know, I don't think I could tell you, but like I could like hint it, right? But I was like, listen, in tech, there's a lot of delays. Like they say Q4, and the CEO has said, hey, we're still on track to release everything in Q4 in Q4. Now this was before Thanksgiving when he said that, so things could have changed since then. But the last we heard, they are going to announce something. Obviously, who their exchange partner is, everyone's thinking NASDAQ. I'm still trying to not get excited because, like, okay, if it's not, you don't want to be too disappointed. But if everyone's thinking it, and the evidence points that way, if it's not, there might be a little dip, but again, it might not be, because what if it's like New York Stock Exchange? What if it's again, regardless of who it is, who the partner is, it's going to be big. So I'm not sure really if it's going to matter. I mean, it'll still matter, but that like tech, they could be delayed. They might not do the announcement in December. They might do it in January, or they could announce today. They could announce in 20 minutes. I keep telling them, like, I have no idea. But I told that guy, like, listen, they had the ETH Fusaka upgrade yesterday. ETH was going up. ETH can continue to go up. You have like Tom Lee saying like Bitcoin's going to be like $12,000 next year, and yeah, I believe that too. But and again, on 30x leverage, that's great. But ETH can also be manipulated down. I mean, we've seen, like, ETH was at 5K not too long. This man had an insane amount of money when ETH was 5K, because again, he's had this long since ETH was like $1,500. So obviously he's still crazy up, but he was crazy up at 5K. But again, people get that euphoria. It's called the hot hand fallacy in like basketball, where if a guy just he's got the hot hand and he just bucket after bucket after bucket, and it's like, oh, they think he's going to keep going, and they it's like someone on a craps table. I think they're going to keep going, and sometimes they do, but a lot of times, like, sometimes you catch fire, but sometimes, like, they expect it to go up and up and up, and then it goes back down, and you corrected. It lost 50%. It was down like 2,500 at one point, and it went up to 3,200 yesterday. I don't know what it is right now. Let's take a look. Day after day. Oh, it's 31.70. Okay, so we went back down to 3K, and then we're up to 30. So pretty good. It was a flash crash we just had. In this flash crash that we had, I think there was. Give me a sec here. Also, I got to delete that. $100 million worth of crypto longs were liquidated between 1:30 and 2:30. Today. Saturday, Friday night. Okay, sorry. and Bitcoin, you had much the same. We went down to like 90.9. We were up to like 94 at one point. So again, you have these little flash crashes. but just basically telling them that DEVVE is, they could announce at any time. And when they do, it's you might do a 10x like overnight. So I've had a lot of friends get a lot of DEVVE recently. I've done crazy things to get some more DEVVE. Anyway. So Turtle Golf, he's back. Barely, man. New key from my man saying, think it's coming closer. The DEVVE announcement. Dev Stream is up 50% the last 2 days. Oh, is it? So Dev Stream is a sister company of DEVVE, and and oh man, Funko's down again today, bro. Funko's just. I was looking up Funko yesterday because there's a lot of. Geez, I'm so sorry, guys. There's a lot of digital stuff that I want to see with VeVe. And again, the digital stuff has been, any time we've done digital stuff, whether it's been FigPin, doing some great things. This is for sale, by the way. Who wants it? Honestly, $400. $400, an unopened VeVe FigPin. Write me out, or make me your best offer. And I have a couple of physical VeVe gold coins as well. Give me your best price. I have the Agoro stuff. Best price. Anyway, the physical mother flapper. Guys, okay, there we go. I feel like I'm tuning an instrument here. I was looking up a bunch of digital things because every time we do it, we just sell out, including Funko. And I was like, why aren't we doing this? Funko has not been doing well. They were at a $700 million market cap last year. You know what they're at now? 170, 160. They're under $170 million market cap now. And I joked with David years ago about how, like, hey, you know what, David? VeVe's going up like this, Disney's going down like this. What if you started buying massive amounts of Disney stock and you got so much, you got the board, and buy Disney at some point? And he's like, let's do it. Now, obviously, Disney is worth tens of billions of dollars. VeVe though, but Funko though, they were worth billions at one point. Again, they were worth 700 million last year. They've had declining sales for years now. Like almost like their entire time. Like if you look at their stock, give me one sec. Let me go to. They were like worth 8 times what they were in 2020. They go down, they go back up, and then it's just been declining for so long. It'd probably be much easier to do that. And I have a whole thing that I could go over with. Anyway, I was looking at that last night. That's why I brought that up. DevStream. They have, oh shit, they're up 12% on the day. Damn, yeah, they're doing quite well. Now obviously they're doing quite well from the bottom, which is bottom. They were at like bottom prices, and again, so DevStream's a sister company that is listed on the NASDAQ. They have DEVVE on their balance sheet with Bitcoin and Solana, I think, as well. And you have DACAT that has DEVVE on their balance sheet as well. And it's going to do very, very well for them. Fuck, give me one second. Hey, my friend just signed up for VeVe. Should have used my code. I do have an account, and I'm gonna set up a while back. Oh, very good, very good. Very good. Okay. Where are we here? Oh shit. Okay. So that's what DevStream has, and yeah, the announcement might be closer. Congrats. Meow. Yeah, what's up, zombie? 20 OMI strategy. Let's collide mine. So the strategy is to, well, I was trying to acquire as much OMI as possible, but I've spent a lot of OMI recently, so that's obviously not going to be a thing. So I won't go below 300 million for a while. Now, there is a chance. There is a chance that if OMI like doubles, if OMI like doubles or triples in the next couple of that doubles or triples in the next like week, I will sell a fair amount to get DEVVE at these prices, because again, that DEVVE announcement can make it like 10x, and I do believe that OMI has to get that narrative in order to do a 10, 20, 30x, whatever. DEVVE does not. Like OMI has to hit that narrative. DEVVE does not. DEVVE just needs that announcement, and it'll pop it 10x plus for DEVVE, and then I'll swap back into OMI. Most of it. Some of it obviously will go to Definity, and we have to talk about that. Some of it will go to DACAT. Some of it I'm going to take for myself because I fucking deserve it. But I will not go below 300 million for a while. If I do, it'll be because OMI goes way up, and then I have to rebalance. I have to trim at that point, especially if DEVVE prices are down here. So the short-term hope is that DEVVE continues to go down or stays at the same price while OMI goes crazy for some reason. And then once that happens, and the DEVVE announcement happens, let's say late December, I think it'll be actually, I think it'll be in like within 2 weeks. So today's the 4th. I think the week of the 15th. My birthday is on the 15th. I will have and be advised, guys, next week from the 12th to the 14th, I might be a little busy. And you know, I might not be able to go live, or if I do, it'll be really quick. I'll have good times. Anyway, selling strategy. Okay, so what chain? Well, it's on Base. I don't have any OMI anymore on Ethereum. It's all on Base, which is fine. I don't need it to be on any other chain. I mean, you could have. There might be a version of OMI on Collect Chain, maybe. I don't see why we would need it, but you know, we'll see. Kick that flu in the ass. Trying. Listen, I went to the hospital. I was like, I didn't know what I had. I just knew on Sunday night, it was like one of the worst nights that I've had in a long time. And I trying to like sweat it out. I'm like in a bunch of sweatshirts and stuff, and like a garbage bag under the covers. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna fry this thing. I'm gonna raise my body temperature, and I did. I raised it a little too much, and then I started to hallucinate. I had a little too much NyQuil, but I started to hallucinate, and I was like, okay, maybe I should lower my body temperature. So I took a cold shower, and then my chest started hurting, and I was like, oh no. So I'm like talking to ChatGPT. I was like, my chest hurts, but I don't have shooting pains down my arm. Is this reason enough to go to the hospital? And they're like, yes, you're going. ChatGPT was just like, you're going to die. I don't know why I became British there. And I was like, okay. So I call an ambulance, and then and they're like, hey, can you tell me your names? Like, Randy Chavez, here's where I live. And like, okay, emergency. I have chest pains. Like, how old are you? I was like 34. And like, I was like, yeah. and because you know, like I've talked to you all about like chest pain before. I was like, oh, this doesn't feel good. So I was like, you know what, maybe we should get this checked out. And I get to the hospital, and apparently it hurt because I was just coughing too much. And I was like, okay, that's a little embarrassing. And they're just like, we're taking blood, doing whatever, and like, you have the flu. I was like, oh. And then I got tested for other stuff, and I came back negative for everything else, but I do have the flu, or I had the flu. I still have it. Sean Burr, what's going on? Zombie says, Rand, did you hear David on our podcast? No, I didn't. I didn't know you were having him on. Said big things are coming before the end of the year, possibly the big announcement. Yeah, I think the announcement will come before the end of the year. You know, so I hope that I hope that they announce it. I don't know. because the universe is funny, they'll probably have the DEVVE announcement and the VeVe announcement within like 48 hours of each other, and it'll go nuts, and I won't be able to really arbitrage as well as I would like. All right. White House Economic Advisor Hassett says the Federal Reserve will likely cut interest rates next week. It's like 90-something% on Polymarket, so it's pretty much a done deal. Very nice. How do you feel about the VeVe comic, What If, when Goofy was Spider-Man? So I love the What If comics. I have not read that yet. I probably should. Oh, also, in January, I'm going to start a new channel. I'll obviously keep this one, but the channel will be, the new channel will be focused on comics. It'll be me and Bleaves Crypto. Bleaves Crypto, he's been on the podcast before. He's got 39,000 followers on YouTube. I think like 27,000 on X. So he's a bit bigger than me with that. And he, we talked the other day about DEVVE, about DFINITY, about a lot of stuff. And he's just like, hey, let's. Oh, by the way, I talked to Manu yesterday from DFINITY. I'll get to that in a second. Anyway, me and Bleaves are starting a comic book channel where we'll talk about comics, talk about crypto, talk about DACAT, because this is what I'm doing for DACAT. I'm trying to bring a lot of other people on, and we're going to read a lot of stuff that's coming out on VeVe. So that might be one of the things that we read. In fact, I'm going to pop some tails. Got $20 in my pocket. Meow 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 meow. What if Goofy was Spider-Man? Okay, I'm gonna give him that. I'm gonna send him that, and we might take a look at that. Let me go to Bleaves. I'm gonna send him that photo. Maybe an idea for a comic to review. The What If series is great. Okay. Now that we're done with that, all right, DFINITY. So Manu is going to come on the podcast next week, and we are going to. It's going to be Monday through Thursday, one of those days, because again on next Friday, I'm going to be a little busy. I'm going to be a little busy next Friday through Sunday. So I told Manu, I was like, hey man, ow, my back, my other back, sorry. I told Manu, like, if we could make it Monday through Thursday, that'd be great. He's like, okay, one of those days. On Tuesday, I do have another podcast with Oscar Rodriguez at 4 p.m. And then we have the Omi Homie show at night, which shout out to Crypto Rain for doing the Omi Homie show this Tuesday with just by himself, holding it down. I was not able to make that. I again thought I was dying, just got out of the hospital. So I was like, ooh. But I should definitely be able to make that one. And then, so Manu might come on next week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. We'll be talking a lot about DFINITY. There's a lot of updates, and let's just say I'm very happy. I'm very happy with the updates we've been getting. DFINITY is crushing it on the revenue side. Joe, Mr. 5UB, what do you expect this upcoming Comey announcement to be about? Do you think it can help the price? I mean, anything can help the price. You have tokens pump 2x for no reason. You also have token, like when Comey announced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Street Fighter, it only went down. Like crypto makes 0 sense. But yeah, I think the announcement will be able to help the price if it's big enough, even though it would be a VeVe announcement. But yeah, big things. But it depends on what type of announcement too. Are they just announcing IP? Is it IP in conjunction with something else? We have no idea. Anyway, let's go over what DFINITY is doing here. Yeah, because DEVVE's down to 3.3, almost 3.4. But let's see DFINITY, because DFINITY was down to like 1.3 cents a little while ago. It's 1.9 right now. It's down 7% on the day, but a couple days ago it was 1.5 cents, and then again a couple weeks back it was like 1.3. So we're really high up from where we were. Again, we were at 2.1 the other day, and again, so that we're at a $3 million market cap, and these guys are crushing it in revenue. And they did an 800,000 Definity token burn. I repeat, they did an 800,000 Definity token burn. It's like 0.5% that they burned, which is amazing. So and more of that will probably come. It's very, very undervalued in my opinion. I'm only going to get more. Definity is my largest position by far. Combination between the token and the companies that are associated with it. Bloomsbury Money and DMA Link, but again, the token obviously as well. So my biggest position, my biggest holding ever, it's bigger than DACAT. And DACAT, I obviously don't have a ton of the token, but I have over 6 figures worth in the in the IP, and the but yeah, Definity is my largest bag by far of anything. It's not even close. Just because of what it of what it's done, who the CEO is, and everything. So yeah. What percent? We have the same talk December of 2026. 0. Either stuff happens in the first half of 2026, or I will not be around. Because I'll tell you this, right? If nothing happens for any of these tokens by the first half of 2026, I will not be around. I will not be here. You'll never see me again. Why? Because I know exactly what's coming. Hey, hope you saw my message earlier today, Randy. Hey, VeVe Las Vegas. Thank you for the super sticker for $1.49. Let's get this bread. VeVe Las Vegas. Your message. Is it? Where did you message me? If you can comment down below where you gave me a message, I will gladly look at it. Just comment down below where you messaged me, and I'll get right on it. Copy. Anyway, let's do. All right, so we did Definity, we did DEVVE. Let's take a little look at DACAT here. I know we went over them before, talking about what's on their balance sheet, what we're doing, and how it coincided. So down about 0.5% on the day. $1.2 million market cap, $337,000 in liquidity. Meow 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 meow. Michael Guzelian 5482 says, Randy, explain like I'm 5 why OMI's value is still diminished despite all the advancements it's made. Just the bear market. It's let me try to think of a good metaphor for this. I don't have a good metaphor for this. The flu has killed my metaphor brain. But long story short, it doesn't really matter what you do in a bear market. It's still gonna go down. And it's like, well, bear market, Bitcoin was is crazy high at 90 something thousand, where last bull market it peaked at 69,000. So what bear market? It's like, okay, well, most alts are still in that bear. Most projects and alts and businesses have died. And yeah, everyone's been waiting for, like, this has been the craziest bull market because it's really only affected the top tokens in a positive way, whereas the thanks guys, whereas the other tokens, the other alts have been affected in a net negative way. So again, it doesn't really matter what VeVe or Komi could have or would have done. It's just because we're in that narrative, or I guess a lack of digital collectibles narrative. You had a bit of the privacy tokens go on a run, but gaming hasn't gone up. NFTs did take a little spike because back in April, when Ethereum was like $1,200 or $1,400, whatever it was, and max fear was through the roof. Pudgy penguins are like $400. Like they were like, or moonbirds, like however much, or I think moonbird is like $400. Like as Ethereum goes down, so do NFTs, and then as ETH went up, the NFTs went up, and so we saw a little bit of an uptick in NFTs, but that's really mostly because ETH went up, and then ETH maxed out at 5K, went back down to like 2,500, and again you had these flash crashes. So really, not many people are making money. And if not many people are making money in the big things, it's not going to trickle down to the alts. So that's why. Once you have Bitcoin and ETH have a blow off top next year, and you could have another downturn. Again, you had Bitcoin go from $126,000 to $79,900 in 46 days. So that's an average of $1,000 down a day for 46 days in a row. That's a lot. And there's no saying that we don't do that again. There's no saying that we don't go down to the low 70s or the 60s. It's very possible that we can do that as well. But also, yeah, quantitative tightening that had ended. Quantitative easing for many countries has started and will continue. You have another Fed rate cut. You have Jerome Powell that gets out in about 5.5, 6 months. So there's a lot of, and 2026 budgets coming out very soon. So you have and so here's the other thing: as people get their 2026 budgets, countries, nation states, you might see that massive push down, so that these countries can buy in cheaper, and that's probably. So you might have one more big downturn, so that everyone could just buy as much as they can at the bottom, and then they'll send it. So we'll see. No message. All good. Oh, love you too, man. Love you too. And I don't, again, licensed IP. Just let me know where you messaged me and what name you messaged me under, and yeah, that'd be great. So I hope that kind of gives you a little idea of that. So none of these advancements are priced in. None of these advancements have been taken into account. But eventually they will. And again, you can only snap that, pull that rubber band back, so far, and then eventually it'll spring forward, and as it springs forward, you'll be able to. As it springs forward, you'll see that upward trajectory. Anywho, let's try to go over some of the news here. On Friday, Fidelity and ARK Invest bought $165 million worth of Bitcoin. Fusaka upgrade December 3rd. The whale who shorted before October 10th crash opened a $15 million ETH short position on the 29th. Balance 50, Michelangelo. Very good. Tom Lee predicts Ethereum could hit $9,000 by January 2026. So that's why he keeps on buying more. I believe the diminished price is due to a combination of bear market taking effect, only true utilities yet to be available for intent. I mean, most OMI utility that they've talked about have been rolled out. Obviously, there's stuff that we would still want. We would still want like OMI to land. We would still want other stuff, but for right now, good stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong. 35 watt. Well, there's 95 between YouTube and X. Smash that like button. Smash it. Smash it. Smash it. Yeah. So this is why I'm pretty bullish on next year. Is because of the fact that you have. Sorry, give me 1 second. Is the fact that you have Tom Lee predicting 9K by January. Did you see Decentraland launched a music festival with some experience exclusive unlockables? I did not, but that's really cool. I'm curious how many people signed in for that, because their active daily users is trash. So I'm really curious to see how that affected their active daily users, how long they sustain those new active daily users for, and to see, like, okay, what are the exclusive unlockables? How do they do in the secondary market? Is there any utility with them? Do they look really cool? Are they aesthetically pleasing? I'm very curious to see all of that, and I hope they do well. I mean, either way, you learn something. You learn what works, or you learn what doesn't work. And again, either way, I think it's great that they did that, because they can at least learn from it. But so can everyone else. I'm going to take a picture of that, and I'm going to talk about that again at another point. Top Secret Agent 69, nice. Is Devi part of a decentralized recovery alliance? Give me one sec here. Meow 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 meow. Hold on. Meow. Shit. Meow. Decentralized recovery protects your keys, passwords, notes. I'm not 100% what a decentralized recovery alliance is. Method that safeguards user secrets. I mean, for the Dev Exchange, link down below, you have for the Dev Exchange, you don't have to give up custody of your crypto in order to use it. So they don't really know what it is. But if you decide to, yes, there is a way to be able to recover certain things, and it's going to be the safest way to do it. Again, I don't know the exact Webster's definition of decentralized recovery alliance, but they're going to be as safe as you can get. Last cycle, the lostest listing for Decentraland land price was right above 15K. Now, all right, the lowest listing for land is right $160. Damn. Don't sleep, get some now. Yeah. I mean, last time they didn't have, they didn't have much competition, and now they probably have a bit more. So we'll see. Gotcha. Okay, let's continue on here. Meow meow. Online U.S. Black Friday sales reached a record of $11.8 billion, up 9.1% from last year. Congrats. There was a $2,000 bounty on the 1984 Michelangelo skate jam base. I don't know if that was collected. Tom Lee's Bitmine bought another $50 million worth of Ethereum on the 29th. Our bounty is retarded. Bay. Saudi Arabia discovers 11 million tons of gold, silver, copper, and zinc. That is insane. XRP, ADA, HBAR, Algo founded the Decentralized Recovery Alliance. Again, whatever the textbook definition of it is, I actually don't know what it is. And if you could explain that, again, I don't think Devi's part of it, but I will say this: Devi has a Devi is going to be more popular than Algo or HBAR. Devi will be more known to people than Algo or HBAR. Possibly, I would say close to Cardano, but probably the Cardano's just been around for so long. And XRP, everyone knows who they are. But Devi will be more popular than Algo and HBAR. Devi might even be eventually more well known than Cardano, because give it a month and everyone will be talking about it. Everyone will have heard the name. Yeah. Moving on. Traveler information. Oh. I love it. I love it when I get spammed. From the most awesome people. Shout out to Kate Ovens, the eating queen. BlackRock says Bitcoin ETFs are its top source of revenue. The cat in the house. What do we got here? Super intense thing. Everyone comment F down to pay respects to the victims that were shot at the Valley Fair Mall in Santa Clara. Obviously, it's horrible stuff. Kraken says, what's the next big narrative in crypto? Akomi says, good question. Think premium licensed 3D digital collectibles from over 200 of the largest brands in IP. Pay with OMI, unlock exclusive perks, earn daily and seasonal rewards, and more. Did we forget to mention that Kraken listing is on the way as well? I think in the next week we'll see some type of official announcement from Kraken, maybe, or maybe the actual listing. I mean, Kraken already announced it, but maybe an actual listing. On the 29th, we had 5.8 million OMI burn. That was insane. I had a lot of OMI burn, which we love. With Popcat, Fwog, Chill Guy, Mudeng, Giga, Michi, Trump, Melania, Retardio, Mumu, and Mew are all down minimum 87% from their all-time highs. Some are down 99%. The cat never went down that far. Our all-time high was at 3 million. We're at 1.2 right now, so down about 58%, 60%. But again, the names that you know, with Popcat, Flog, Chill Guy, Mudeng, Giga, Michi, Trump, Melania, Retardio, Mumu, and Mew are all down between 87% and 99%. That is what happens when you don't know the devs. That is what happens when you don't know, there's like no utility. There's no nothing. Know the dev, know the history of success, know the plan, know the roadmap. Price prediction for DEVVE in 2026, $50 plus. It's possible that, what are we right now, 33 cents? So 30x is 33, or 100x is $33. 200x 66. 200x would be $69. Okay. Yeah, reach out on Telegram, please, because I don't believe I got your message anywhere else. Yeah, please reach out on Telegram, because I wanted to get, yeah, please. Because I can't find your message on, was it the other day? Because I cannot find it. Because the last message I have from you, or that I sent to you, was on the 26th. And I got no response. Okay. Oh, okay. I just got it. I'm gonna message you back right now. Because yeah, we need to talk. Okay. Let's move on here. Okay, you're typing. Partners, custody. So there is a December 4th meeting that covers a broad range of regulatory issues, including taxation, 24/7 trading, and more. According to Crypto Slate, the meeting will act as a form of stress test to determine whether Coinbase, Citadel Securities, and NASDAQ can agree on what compliant tokenization should look like when they must harmonize custody models, interoperability standards, and short selling mechanisms in one room. If successful, the SEC will obtain a reference architecture for evaluating NASDAQ's evaluating proposals like NASDAQ's. We were kind of hoping that they would somehow announce the DEVVE partnership. I don't believe they have. At least not yet. Potential value. Damn. during the weekday in the evening after 7. Okay, Friday then. Okay, Friday. Because, yeah, all right. Believes Crypto says everything has flipped and Bitcoin is looking bullish again. Bill Gardner burned 157,000 OMI. Fudge, give me 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. Fudge. Copy that. Besen says President Trump has something up his sleeve before the end of the year. Idea of a comic, very good. BlackRock confirms Bitcoin ETFs are its top source of revenue. That is insane. Oh, for the amounts in, where am I going at here? Leaderboards. Come on, Stacker, I can't see your leaderboard. You don't want to show me your stuff? It's fine. VeVe notifications are working. That's strange. Good for them. Sleeping Comics says VeVe rank added a blog search. Huh. Good for you, Sleeping. Dude, Sean Grasmick at almost at level 80 on Pokemon Go was bananas. Fudge. VeVe logo went up a crazy amount. Actually, I have one on the floor right now. Yeah, also selling VeVe Figpin and the VeVe. I have 2 VeVe Gold coins. Selling those. If anyone wants them, DM me your best offer. Selling the Agoro stuff. DM me best offer. Are you fucking kidding me? Master Roni says, never thought this day would come, but the full set of Disney Golden Moments is officially complete. Let's go. Good for you, mate. Good for you. U.S. buying pressure is back. Coinbase Bitcoin Premium Index just turned positive after nearly a month in the red. This was as of the 30th, showing fresh demand for Bitcoin from American investors. My back. Imagine buying Peanut the Squirrel at $1.77 and it goes to 9 cents. Oof. New Marvel game dropped the other day called Cosmic Invasion. I have not played it, but I hope it's good. Hester Pierce says crypto self-custody and financial privacy are basic freedoms. Agreed. Shout out to Tammy Hanna for winning the best dealer of the series. Can't wait to hear the story behind that. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says the Fed is leaning toward cutting rates. Good. Master Splinter. All right, so in 2026, we're going to get Master Splinter. Yay! Yay, Master Splinter. Yay. We're also going to get the Turtle Blimp. I was going to see Michelle Ivy this weekend for GalaxyCon, but unfortunately, Michelle Ivy will have to wait because I'm still a little sick. I don't want to get anybody else sick. I did want to see GalaxyCon though, but maybe next year. We shall see. Or maybe I'll feel better by then. I don't know. Good morning. All right, so Candy Digital. I have no idea what's going to happen with Candy Digital. I have no idea what's going to happen with them. Ow. Oh, my bad. Comment down below your thoughts on Candy Digital and what you think is going to happen with them. Brian Madrigal says, it's been a while. Anyway, I'm still here. And he's showing his amazing 616 mint, which is amazing. So for anyone that doesn't know, Marvel has a bunch of different universes. The main universe is the 616 universe. And you know, he's got a bunch of 616 mints. So very, very nice. I've also had some difficulties with Sora. Everyone comment down below if you use that. Which do you think will be easier to sell, a Hyman AF15 secret rare or a Lowman AF15 common? Well, probably the Lowman AF15 common, but only because the commons are a cheaper price and you'd have to sell it for around the floor, where a Hyman secret rare, it's definitely going to be around the floor. So it's just less people to choose from that have that amount of money. But a low, it doesn't matter what mint the AF15 is, you can sell that a lot easier regardless of the mint because you could just floor it. Now, are you going to want to floor a low mint? Probably not. So in that way, it might take a little bit more time because some people will be like, well, some people don't care about low mint. Some people just want the common. They just want the cover, and it's just not going to be easy to find someone to pay a multiple. It's going to be easy. You'll do it. There are people that clearly want that, but it depends on the loan. What is this? All right, Mr. MC1 says the future of digital collecting growing 17 to 24% in a 10-year trajectory. A great report on ChatGPT. Digital collecting on blockchains isn't going away. It's just quietly shifting from speculation casino to fandom and utility and loyalty. And big IP like Marvel and Disney and DC are right at the center of those two pieces. The overall future of digital collecting on-chain and what that likely means for branded franchises. One, where digital collecting on blockchain is headed. From hype cycle to boring infrastructure, most of the crazy 2021 style bubble is gone, but the infrastructure stuck. What the product will look like in 3 to 7 years. For branded IP specifically, expect a shift from one-off NFT drops to stacked experiences, tiered fandom ladders, free, you can follow social accounts, watch content. Low cost would be common digital collectibles like digital comics. Mid-tier would be limited drops that unlock watch parties, gating in games, or behind-the-scenes content. High tier would be scarce grails that behave more like long-term membership. Priority access, con perks, maybe even rev share or voting in special events if regulation allows. 2, interplay with physical goods. You buy a physical statue or toy, you get a matching on-chain collectible with AR, pose, and provenance. Limited comics, physical print plus redemption code for a matching digital that proves first owner authenticity. Mattel, Topps, and others already doing digital experiments. Disney, Marvel, Star Wars are very well placed to follow or expand on this. 3 would be gamified worlds. Think AR showrooms, quests, crafting, burn 3 common Spideys to mint an uncommon. Multiverse style story, progression where your collectibles have history. Integration, they do that with Pokemon, where it'll show you if you traded it or upgraded it from like older games, it'll show you in the description, this Charizard flew across space and time, and it's wild. You could have a flex, like a skin, a key for events, loot, or narrative branches. 4 is on-chain loyalty graphs, holding a set across years, makes you like a super fan in the brand's data. That can drive first access to tickets, discounts, etc. That can drive, beta invites, targeted collabs. There are already case studies showing loyalty programs with NFTs driving 30 to 50% engagement lifts versus traditional programs. A reasonable directional view. Market sizing, pure digital collectible segment forecast in the tens of billions by 2030 to 2035. Branded IP is a large slice of this, alongside sports and gaming. Within that, licensed collectibles like Marvel, Disney, DC are expected to command a majority. Okay, here we go. Low revenue mix, mother flapper. Oh, all right, there we go. Revenue mix for the IP owner will likely be primary sale revenue and marketplace fees, licensing and minimum guarantees from platforms, incremental lift-in, box office streaming, park attendance, merch sales, etc., etc. Blue chip IP grails, like first appearances and all that, can behave like digital keys to the franchise's cultural history, similar to the iconic comics or trading cards. Mid-tier mass releases will behave more like merch, high emotional value, lower modest resale value over time. If you think like an investor collector, the big drivers of value will be license and durability, edition size and on-chain transparency, ongoing utility and narrative, and platform health. Thank you, Mr. MC1. On November 30th, we had 2.5 million OMI that was burned. Somebody spent $28,000 on a DEVVE buy the other day, which was nuts. $140 billion were wiped out from the crypto market on November 30th between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. Ray Fixie has been going crazy on Stacker World, saying he didn't expect to enjoy Stacker this much. He thought it would be complicated, but it's actually super easy to use, and he's now loving it and excited to see what the future holds. I agree, Mr. Ray Fixie. I am excited for you as well. He's such a good guy. I love that Ray Fixie. He's a great lad, and I'm happy to know him. DEVVE back up to 34 cents. Damn, I missed it down at 32 cents. I should have got more. I hecked up. Shout out to Space Penguins that are always out here helping me get that bread. Where are we at here? And Ande saying, Rail Randy Chavez, let's go. Apologize to everyone that have messaged me and I have not gotten back to them yet because wild times. Oh gosh. Okay. All right, moving on. Oh, that's not a good feeling. Okay. Where are we at? Who's this? So we have GGCTW, who has 95,000 followers on X. Say, what are the coins you're most bullish on long term? And then Arcturus, my man, just going out and just shilling OMI everywhere. We love that. We need more of him. Market Profit, 68,000 followers is following me. And they said something about me calling OMI. I was like, oh, very good. Thank you. Good to be recognized. Would you consider Spider-Man 2099 #1 secret rare grail? The comic? I don't know. I don't believe that's come up. Or do you mean the collectible? Let me put 2099 in. Because if we do collectible, I'm looking here. I'm sorry. If it's like this one, because that looks really cool. It's only $117. Okay, maybe not that cool. I know there's one that's okay. There's a special edition, and I think that one's like several hundred. It's like $950, and that's cool. Okay, the comic. Okay, hold on. So I don't think so. I don't think, because I just let's see how many there are. It's $100. There's not. Yeah. I don't think there's much demand. Before Spider-Man Across the Universe, or the animated Sony one, before then, not many people really knew who Miguel O'Hara was. So it's very, very hard to. Now, obviously, they can take newer characters, let's say like Miles, over the last 10 years and make them, explode, because he's awesome. There's just not that much content out there for Miguel, though. Yeah. So I mean, again, it's not. Now, could it be in the future if they say, you know what, we want to explore Miguel across other universes. We want to explore Miguel and take him, like, but because again, like Miles, you have Grails for Miles because Spidey and His Amazing Friends, like the new kid show, or it's not new now. It's like several years old now, but it's Peter Parker Spider-Man, it's Gwen Stacy Spider-Girl or Ghost Spider, and then it's Miles Morales. So you have those three. Like they don't have like Spidey and His Amazing Friends where it includes Miguel. There's just not enough content out there for people to consume where they can where they have like there's certain animes are like, oh, how long is this anime? 12 episodes. Okay, it's one season. There's not that much content. You can binge it in a day. Where it's like, well, this anime is like, you know, it's like 50 episodes, and it's like, okay, you can even then it's still you can still do that in a relatively short amount of time. But when you get some, let's say like Supernatural, not an anime, although I do have an animated series, you can get something that is like, okay, you can really go deep in there, and you can explore just the main event show for a while, and then there's probably spin-offs, and then there's fan fiction, and like you can explore so much of that, and there obviously is content for him, but I don't think there's enough content around Miguel O'Hara right now for people. And again, comics are when did this one come out here? First appearance of Spidey 2099. Okay, start year 92. So he's been out there for a while, but again, I don't think many people knew who he was before the Spider-Man, the animated across the Spider-Verse. But that being said, 33 years ago is a while. Um, it's it's not reflecting in the price right now because you can get it for $100. So even Sleeman says it's generally not considered a grail, but no reason why it can't be. It can't become one in the future. Even now, he says to each their own. Harshal goes, good afternoon, sir. Awesome to see you amongst the living and trying. Penguin is selling everything for DEVVE right now. I mean, I'm not going to say that's a good or bad idea. I think DEVVE's going to have a crazy pop soon, within like a month. But anything can happen within that month. So we're not sure. And to sell one thing for another, it comes with risks. Yeah, of course. Oh, are you asking me? Listen, again, I have no idea when the DEVVE announcement is. It could be in 20 minutes, or it could be, in 6 weeks from now. It is scheduled there. It's supposed to be in December. I'm going to say in a couple weeks, the week of the 15th. My birthday is my estimation, but that's just a guess. It could not happen until January, or it could literally be, like I said, in 11 minutes. We have no idea. But in that time, you could have any number of those things go up like crazy, and then we go down. Like, we have no idea. It's good to be diversified, though, generally speaking. Fun Under the Suns, I have it, and would say there are only 40, but still not a grail. Ooh, very nice. Ben Riley, I love Ben Riley so much. Ben Riley is just like unhinged Peter Parker. So he is in every way Peter Parker, but he is not Peter Parker. He, again, take a blood sample. He is in every way Peter Parker, but he's got that edge to him. He's got that mean streak. He's got that little something extra in him where it's just a little tiny twitch, and he just I love him so much. There are some aspects of Ben Riley I like more than it's really the one main thing. It's just he doesn't hold back, and I wish Peter Parker were a little bit more like Ben Riley. And I get it, genetically same exact person, but he is what Now, I'm not saying I want Peter Parker to be like him all the time. I just want Peter Parker to give in to his inner Ben Reilly every now and then. Ben Reilly just be punching people's jaws off. It is bananas. I think because Miles Morales in the Spider-Verse movies, I should grow up and eventually look at Spidey 29. I hope so too, because again, I feel like I look like him a little bit. I feel like he's a very good he's a fun character, and yeah, I think he'll be a main staple in a lot of kids growing up today, and I hope they expand on him a little bit in the future. I think 29 is a good spec. I like the comic. Sleepin likes it. I got to get a shirt that says "Do what Sleepin does." I would say it's not a grail. Understand? Because when I buy comics, I look for what this generation of kids going to grow up see as iconic. Buy DACAT when it comes out. But maybe I'm wrong. Like this generation loves Miles Morales. Yeah, Miles is awesome. But yeah, but obviously I like Miguel O'Hara as well. Is the bull over? Nah, fam, it ain't over. Bull is barely peeking its head. Agreed. Miles literally faced off with the entire army of Spider-Man from different universes and survived. That's true. It's true. Miles is Bay. Miles is awesome. We love Miles. No, my notifications are going crazy. I don't want them to. Also, guys, what would be nice here, if y'all would do me the honor of smashing that like button. It's a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon. Smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Be great. Day after day, night after night, I've been waiting to love again. Day after day, night after night, love is waiting inside your heart. I have to go live at 8 because I have a podcast I have to do. So I'm going to end this fairly soon. Sony Bank to launch US stablecoin for games and anime. What do we have here? Right person, Jesus. Sailor Strategy just bought $11.7 million worth of Bitcoin, and they have established a USD reserve of 1.44 billion for dividend payments. MicroStrategy FUD should be pretty well over here. They now hold 650,000 Bitcoin worth $55.8 billion. Odds of President Trump selecting Kevin Hassett to replace Jerome Powell, very high. Tom Lee predicts Bitcoin will hit a new all-time high by the end of January. A whale just opened a $10 million ETH20 long position on December 1st. Average U.S. gas price to $3, the lowest level since 2021. Bank of America expects Fed rate cuts next week. Stablecoins ranked among the top 20 holders of U.S. Treasuries, ahead of Saudi Arabia, South Korea, Israel, and Germany. Kalshi launches tokenized event contracts on Solana, and Vanguard's going to allow clients to access cryptocurrency ETFs and funds starting a couple days ago. $11 trillion Vanguard is going to allow clients to buy crypto ETFs. That started a couple days ago as well. U.S. Treasury launches investigation into Governor Tim Walz for allegedly mishandling taxpayer funds. Apple artificial intelligence chief resigns. Leaderboards. Oh, Jeanette McCurdy, I love her. We had 45.6 million OMI burned in November. I think we're going to do 60 million this month. December 1st, we had 2.4 million OMI burned, which is great. Young me back in the day. Fidelity bought $67 million worth of Bitcoin on the 1st as well. Okay, guys. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, yeah, I got to bounce right now. But I will be back at 8 with a podcast. Definity, we love them. Say institutional adoption continues to accelerate. Schwab entering Bitcoin and Ethereum trading is a clear signal that digital assets are becoming mainstream for traditional finance. For ECNs like ours, this is a positive. Banks and large institutions joining this space means deeper liquidity pools and better execution quality for professional traders. The future of crypto spot trading is institutional grade infrastructure, and we're building exactly that. Freaking love Definity Markets. Again, biggest bag right there. All right, I love you guys. See you at 8 for the podcast. Meow, meow, meow.